The morning my parents vanished, I sat on the front steps with a bowl of cereal turning soft in my lap, waiting for my mother to come back outside and laugh and tell me none of it was real. She never did. The note was on the kitchen table, written on the back of a grocery receipt in my father's slanted handwriting. My mother hated writing things down. It said they needed a fresh start. It said my Aunt Cheryl in Ohio had room for me. It said they were sorry. The corner of the word sorry was smeared, and I spent a long time staring at it, trying to decide whether that meant someone had cried or whether a coffee cup had left a ring. I chose coffee. At 11, it felt important to be accurate about things. Aunt Cheryl knew nothing about it. I called her from the neighbor's phone because our landline had been cut off without me noticing. When I told her what the note said, she went so quiet I thought the line had died. Then she said, very carefully, "Ellie, honey, what do you mean they're gone?" She drove 8 hours through the night. I remember the dark porch, the cold steps under my bare legs, and the sweep of her headlights turning into the driveway a little after 2 in the morning. She climbed out before the Subaru had fully stopped. When she reached me, she didn't ask questions. She just wrapped both arms around me and held on. Her breathing shook against my cheek, though she was trying hard to hide it. That was the first time I understood people could tell you the truth without speaking. Her house in Columbus was small and blue, with a porch swing, 2 cats, a crowded garden, and more books than I thought one person could own. It smelled like bread and paper and safety. The first months in her house were strange in the way a borrowed coat is strange. Not painful, just unfamiliar, as if I kept waiting for the sleeves to slip off and expose me. I slept lightly. Every creak in the floorboards made me sit up. I learned to make myself small and easy to keep. I washed my own dishes without being asked, folded my laundry into sharp little squares, and stopped wanting anything out loud unless I was sure the answer would be yes. My aunt noticed. She noticed everything. One gray Saturday in December, she set a plate of toast in front of me and sat across the kitchen table. "Ellie," she said, "I need you to hear this clearly. You do not have to earn your place here. You are not visiting. You live here. This is your home for as long as you need it, and I hope that is a very long time." I stared at the toast because looking at her felt too dangerous. "You don't have to say anything," she added. "I just wanted you to know." So I ate. Sourdough. Still warm. With real butter and strawberry jam she'd made from the garden. It tasted like the first solid thing in my life. After that, the years began to move. She enrolled me in school before Christmas and came to every conference, every play, every forgettable event where I barely had a role, applauding as if I were the star. When my first report card came home, mostly B's, an A in English, a C in math she never once scolded me for, she pinned it to the refrigerator with a magnet shaped like a book. We barely spoke about my parents. Not because we couldn't, but because there was almost nothing to say. A number in Nevada worked for a while. My aunt called twice, both times it went to voicemail, both times she left messages, no one called back, so I wrote instead. That Christmas, she gave me a green hardbound journal with thick pages and a ribbon bookmark. "Writing helps things come into focus," she told me. "Not always better, just clearer." I didn't understand then. I would. By 24, I had an apartment near the Blue House and a job at a nonprofit. My aunt helped me carry boxes upstairs, then sat on my couch and looked around with shining eyes. "You did it," she said, and I knew she meant more than rent. She died that October after a sudden cardiac event. 2 days later, her attorney called me in for the will reading. I expected paperwork. I did not expect my mother. 16 years had passed. She looked older, smaller, but her silence felt the same. My aunt had left the house, her savings, and everything else to me. Then the attorney read a short letter in Cheryl's voice. "Presence is not a small thing. It is the whole thing." My mother whispered, "I'm her daughter." I met her eyes. And she was the one who stayed. That night, I opened a journal and wrote the sentence that mattered. I was chosen and I belonged.